Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, be sure to sub and like the videos because it makes me one happy motherfucker. Now to the story. Yes, we might see the promised land. The days when the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be closer to the comic universe than ever before. As you may have heard, Disney's in the process of trying to acquire 21st Century Fox properties. Apparently Disney is now a fucking bank because they can offer $71.3 billion to Fox. Some of the franchises Disney would now own after the merger would be The Predator, Alien, Avatar, Planet of the Apes, and of course the Fox-owned Marvel properties like X-Men, Deadpool, and the Fantastic Four. This is huge, not only for the superhero side, but also in terms of company mergers. According to IndieWire, after the merger, Disney would own a whopping 40% of the box office. This is good news for consumers because it means we may see our favorite franchises continue in some pretty competent hands. But for the theater owners, not so much. With Disney's streaming service on the horizon, Disney will have more leverage over theaters with the options to bypass theater costs entirely and put it directly on their service. This deal is very complex, and I am curious to see how it all plays out. The most important part of this merger would of course be the Marvel properties going to Disney. This would open up a whole new world of opportunities, such as maybe seeing Deadpool pop up, the X-Men integrated into the MCU, and a possible epic Avengers event film where they fight against one of the most powerful villains in Marvel lore, Doctor Doom. This shit is sounding nice. But there's a question to be asked. What the fuck happens with the Fox Marvel movies still in production or slated for future release? With the release of Deadpool 2 this year to a cool 125 million opening and an estimated 316 million total domestic take-in as of this recording, one thing is clear: these properties are still hot. Other upcoming releases from Fox Marvel include the X-Men Apocalypse sequel, X-Men Dark Phoenix, and the X-Men spin-off film starring Game of Thrones Maisie Williams, The New Mutants. It's clear that Fox was still moving full steam ahead on their movies. This deal casts a shadow over not only those franchises, but the actors involved as well. If Disney successfully acquires these characters, they most likely would introduce them as a reboot with all new actors, because what other options do they have? I don't know if the MCU will be down to do a multiverse type of introduction and just throw their current actors in, and even if they did, what happens to Deadpool? The merc with a mouth definitely doesn't fit into Cap's world.
That wheezing bag of dick tips has it coming.
Language.
Like every movie has very light action, then all of a sudden the MCU's Deadpool comes and starts beheading motherfuckers and blood and guts galore. I don't know. It would be strange to say the least. Also, it would make the world feel a bit inconsistent. Honestly, I don't want to see a watered down Deadpool. After seeing what Ryan Reynolds and his team have done with the character, anything other than a hard R would be a disservice to fans. Wolverine, and more specifically the Logan film, is another example of how an R rating makes more sense for certain characters. Wolverine has fucking claws for hands. You're telling me he's never hacked a bitch up until 2017? Although he fits better in this type of film, he can work, as he has worked since the late 90s, in a PG-13 setting and fit in nicely in the MCU. Let's talk about that. The motherfucking X-Men in the MCU. That would be fucking dope to say the least. The possibilities are endless. From House of M, which sees the mutant gene wiped from almost all of the mutants by Scarlet Witch, bringing them to the brink of extinction, and Avengers vs. X-Men, which sees the two teams duke it out over the future of the Phoenix Force. And of course, a more accurate adaptation of Old Man Logan, one of my favorite stories of all time. This merger would reinvigorate the MCU with old but favorite characters that fans would love to see interact with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and Chris Evans' Captain America. The last big Marvel property that Disney would now own is the Fantastic Four, and all related characters. The original family of the Marvel Universe would also add an interesting dynamic to the MCU. Reed Richards, better known as Mr. Fantastic, is regarded as one of, if not the smartest man in the Marvel Universe. He will definitely be an asset to the Avengers. Oh yeah, Rock Boy, Miss Appear, and the Human Bonfire are pretty dope too. But the biggest character that would come out of F4's character gallery would definitely be Doctor Doom. By far the Fantastic Four's greatest villain, he is also one of the most diabolical villains in the whole Marvel Universe. He has done things like steal the Silver Surfer's powers, brainwash all the men, women, children, and heroes of Earth, and my most anticipated to see on screen, he has fought Kiss. Past Mr. Fantastic actor Ian Griffith has recently said in an interview with the Daily Mail that he has interest in being a villain in the MCU. He goes on to say how he is probably out of the running for any role in the MCU because of his role in the past F4 film. If you recall, his co-star on that film, Chris Evans, who played the Human Torch, is now Captain fucking America. Anything is possible, I guess, and I think it would be cool if he does come to the MCU and the Disney Fox acquisition finishes if he was to play Doctor Doom himself. Okay, I don't know if Stretchy has the chops for one of the greatest villains in any medium, but there's always Phone Ranger. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you like the content. Also, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you like the video and leave your boy a comment below. If you want to see more pop culture goodness, stay tuned to the channel for more. Later.